No one's even showing up at headquarters. No one's around. We need to cut staff and we'll just close down the headquarters. Can't you see if you're on this slippery slope to not showing up at work, this is what you're going to get. People are going to finally realize maybe you're not doing anything.
Listen, no, the thing about it is employees at Twitter today, as they see all the chaos that Elon Musk is bringing, they have a new CEO, the world is uncertain, and suddenly there's this thing about we might take you private and change everything. So the reality is their sense of job security has dramatically gone down. And when he's promising the changes that he's promising changes to the mission and vision, to people, to culture, to systems, processes, and structures. So he's going to take a machete to the Twitter that we know today. So if you're an employee, you're scared to death.
Tom, be careful what you wish for. You want that we've set you up as the guy who's the hardline guy that wants people. You kind of like you're not comfortable with that, but you do think it's important for people to come back.
He's an office monster.
He's an office monster.
Andrew, calm down. Number one,
no.
Joe, if I have to talk about golf with you to soften you up before I come on, then let me know that we can talk about the Masters for a couple minutes. But in all seriousness, when we're looking at this, it's a change in culture, no doubt. Jack Dorsey is a liberal. Elon Musk is a conservative. Elon Musk builds companies that are manufacturing companies. Those days of PayPal are long time gone, and we have Tesla, and we've got SpaceX and things. And Jack Dorsey is about ideas and doing those things. Jack Dorsey, I know he's not the CEO now, but Jack Dorsey was going to work out from Africa and everybody could be remote from wherever, and Elon Musk in the office. But I don't think you're taking a machete. You're not firing thousands of employees when what you're doing. And remember this, for any employee that's curious about what it's going to be like, if you go to a new company, you don't know what that culture is like either. And so what we've got is one of the...
It's a hostile takeover. It's a hostile takeover. You bought
not
into
of the staff. It's a hostile takeover. It's a hostile takeover of ownership and of the board and of that side of things. The rank and file employee at Twitter who's making $90,000 a year, the board doesn't know who they are. Jack Dorsey doesn't know who they are. In fact, because the employees haven't been in the office, they don't know who each other are. And what we're talking about now is a company coming in that's going to change direction. If somebody's only there because Jack Dorsey was a liberal, then that's their choice and they should go someplace else. But if they want to be at a company...
Hey, Tom,
this company's going to evolve and change.
The two things that are interesting about this, though, are Elon Musk has specifically said, and he's effectively said, I would say by implication, that there's too much staff at Twitter. So, by default, he's going to cut the staff. He's also said that he doesn't intend for this to be an economic animal in terms of he's not buying it for the economics of it. He's buying it for other reasons. And so the question is, if you're a board in this day and age of what might be described as stakeholder capitalism, which is different, I guess, than just shareholder capitalism, where employees fit as stakeholders in that discussion and debate if the board is supposed to represent them. If you believe that at all, by the way, it's a Delaware company. Technically, I believe the fiduciary duty still goes back to the shareholder over the quote-unquote other stakeholders.
That's exactly right. And I am for the employee. Our company's been the best place to work, contrary to Joe's opinion of being an office monster. We cater to the employees and want them to have great experiences and grow and learn. However, the role of a CEO and a board is to the shareholders. Without people who own the company, there's no company for the employees to work at. Let's eliminate that, anything other than that from the get-go. Number two is that in order to make a company successful, you need great employees. That is part two to it, and you need to build that. But the number one obligation is to the shareholders who own the company. Otherwise, there is no corporate structure. That's really an important aspect we can't forget about.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.